Hello, everyone. Hi, everyone. I'm Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop. And it's time for the front seat. You know what? It's time for the front seat Frivolities. It's lunch break. It's 2:24 p.m. here in lovely southern New Jersey. We've had some rain. We had some humidity yesterday. The sunshine came out. And that humidity is gone. It's a beautiful, crisp day today. Not too hot. Nice cool breeze. No humidity. Lovely day to be sitting at the Jersey Shore, although would be a little chilly with the wind. But it's not even summertime yet. I'm here on the front seat. This is the front seat Frivolities and Dollhouse Adventures. Hi there. Gorgeous day at the Jersey Shore. Where's my what? It went way too fast. Somebody said, where's my something? Was that Karen Williams asking me where's my EAPG? All right, Karen. Happy Wednesday. Thank you. Good evening from the Netherlands. Hello in the Netherlands. Welcome evening time in the Netherlands. We're glad to have you. Lunch? I'm doing very well today. Donna, thank you for asking. I hope you are as well. During these little front seat frivolities, we have show and tell. I'm going to show it and tell it. And it is my goal to give you mindless, senseless information to entertain you for the next hour. Everything that's here in the car is fresh, just purchased. And so I need to get hold on. And I'm drinking iced tea. And to get a handy wipe, it's essential. Nothing worse than grabbing. You found amethyst Moroccan hazel atlas today. You did. Good for you. I found some not yesterday, but the day before. I think I got 5 dinner plates. What did you get in the hazel atlas Moroccan? Okay, I don't need this yet, but I'm sure I will be touching something and I'll be going, ooh, ooh, ooh. What? I'm talking. Oh, this is going to be rough. Because it's hi from Georgia. Good afternoon. 30 minutes, but well, and you can always watch it on the rerun. You can always come back and watch it later. Oh, you got cups and saucers. Henry B. Cottage something? Oh, well, I guess I'll start with a little bit of show and tell, because then that way I can clear some room off of the seat. What else have I got? Oh, come here to me. All right, this is probably Imperial did a lot of this open lace stuff. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's fine. So did Lancaster, so did Anchor Hocking. But this big open lace like this, a lot of people look at this and they go, oh, Old Colony open lace Anchor Hocking. No, not this one. But Hocking did have a pattern called that looked something like this. But Imperial did a much wider, on a larger scale, and I think that's what this might be, Imperial open lace, but I haven't looked it up yet. I will. So this is pretty, and you can go way back into the 20s and find Lancaster glass with a pattern like this. So I have to clean this. Isn't it pretty? Nice big one. This might, I haven't decided. I haven't decided what I'm going to put. And the funny thing is, I don't know if you can see it, there's a bluish purplish tint to this. And which we know, but sometimes these tints were put in here and this didn't happen from sunlight. There was a piece the other day I was looking at, Karen and I were talking about, and it looked like an antique piece of EAPG with a beautiful purple tint to it. But it was so beautifully tinted, we had suspicions, and turns out it's a piece that was made by Viking in the 50s, and that tint was in there. They actually tinted the glass, so sometimes it'll fool you. So this might be one I think this might be one that's actually tinted, because this is not a piece of glass that goes back to 1890. But isn't it pretty? I had to get it today. I had to get it today. Now this, let me get, I have to tell you, I'm going to hold that up. Uh, I am getting ready to celebrate my 40th year in the antique business, if I might say that. I was 19 years of age when I sold at my first, when I actually sold at an antique show, and I did it in college in the summertime with my former college roommate. I was 19 and he was 18, and we sold together at an antique show in a mall. Remember when shopping malls would actually have antique shows in them? You paid like $30 and you got a spot for the weekend, and you brought in your little folding tables and that kind of thing. I was 19 years old, and so figure the math. I'm getting ready to turn 50. What am I getting ready to turn? 58. So I guess it's 39 years. I'm getting ready to celebrate 39 years. But since I started selling it. Anyway, having said that, there's something that comes with that those years of experience, and one is form, shape. Yeah. When I see that shape or form, I know I don't have to do a doggone thing. That goes back to, this was a very popular form in the 20s and 30s. They're tall. They're usually over 12 inches tall. They can be 13 inches tall. They have a very bulbous bottom, pardon the expression, and then they trumpet out as you go to the top. They're often have a panel optic design, which this one does. And the optic, this is the etch that's put on here, or the engraving. The optic is just what you see with the eye. You see these panels in here? That's called an optic. Can't see it so much there, but you'll really see as we pull back. Okay, so that's an optic design. That's it. That's part of the mold. And then after this comes out of the mold, someone sat there at a wheel and engraved the flowers on it and put the banding on it. But you'll find these in just about every depression color you can think of. I've had them in pink and green. You'll find them with the paint on them. Yeah, the different paints that the companies would put on. You'll find them clear, etched. Yeah, and Lancaster to Paden City to Consolidated to Fenton to U.S. Glass to Beaumont to Westmoreland to just about everybody produced a shape like this. So then it's a shape you don't see again. You know, it just falls out of fashion. So anyway, love it. There it is. It's in great condition. It's not sick or dirty. And I just wanted to run through that with you. So it's one of the good glass companies of the 1920s and 30s. And this wood is what it dates to. And in this particular case, in clear glass. I missed that about the... How do you tell the difference between a vase and a celery? Well, the celery vases went out. Once you get into the 20s and 30s, they're not really making those celery vases. We now have refrigeration. Celery is not as exotic. Started to say erotic. I don't find celery erotic, exotic. So that's a Victorian Edwardian thing. So the shapes change. Most of that glass is EAPG. So you don't really see celeries in the after a certain era. But it also has to do with not necessarily the height. The height can change a little bit. They can have arms, handles. They might not have handles, but you really have to know your patterns. And those celeries are usually relics of the EAPG era. I know that probably wasn't the best explanation, but there's oftentimes with an explanation, you can't give a quick one. There's nuance to it. Now, I hope I don't open my car door and that flies out of here. Let's do a little bit of the frivolities. I've got more to show you. I've got so much more to show you in here. I do not do horoscopes. Let's see here. Recipe of the week, crustless spinach quiche. We don't have time for that. Let's do the did you know? Nutmeg secrets. And I have to tell you where I'm parked. I don't want to tell you yet. Some of you can probably figure it out. I'll tell you where I'm parked in a minute. Woo-hoo. Wait, it goes by too quick. Hi, Carmen. Nutmeg secrets. Nutmeg, once used medicinally for arthritis, digestion, contains a compound that can trigger hallucinations in large amounts. You hearing this? Its overuse in the 19th century often led to serious health complications. Hallucinations? Well, folks, you need to go light on the nutmeg, apparently. Unless you'd like to do a little hallucinating. Ooh, remind me to go easy the next time I bring cookies to the United Methodist potluck. I'll have to go very easy on the nutmeg. I didn't know that. Has anyone ever flipped out over nutmeg? What? What? Homeopathic what? Hi. Oh, you're all saying hi to each other. Hi, 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 hi. Hi. Could happen again. Okay. Let's put this back where it was. Right there. That could happen again. Let's see. That's not where I want that. Oh, I know where to put it. And put it right here. Right there. I think. Hold on, everybody. Of course, that's going to blow and make noise. We're having set. I have to rearrange the set here. Sometimes there are production issues. Because if the window is down, the air blows through and then it fuddles with the mic and you can't hear me. Let's see. Heather? Did you use your coupon today? Your 20% off. Did you use it? There was a South Jersey and Philadelphia had a 20% off. You could go anywhere and get 20% off at Goodwill, which I did. Thank you if you're still here. If you left, then you left. Did you use your 20%? Your 20% off? All right, now. Oh, we were doing this. I forget which one I was. Oh, we were talking about the nutmeg. Woo. That gave everybody a chance to run out and make sure they had some nutmeg in the kitchen cabinet. I never knew that. Okay, let's do the, no, I had not. No, I had to get some things done at home. My son is coming home tomorrow. Oh, very good for you. Your son has been away. He's coming home. Good, good, good for him. I stayed in my neck of the woods, as they say, looking for Goodwill today. I didn't go to any out, places that were far off. Let's look at the lighter side of things. Ready? The man who invented velvet made a nice pile. The man who invented velvet made a nice pile. I like that one. That one is better. Oh, you did a yard sale on Saturday. Revive it. Why didn't you tell me? I would have come up and sold some stuff. Did you pick a date for the flea market? I think you told me. Did you tell me the 18th? That's a Sunday, isn't it? Heather? We're going to let Heather tell us. We're going to sell it. We're going to be back at Columbus, not Columbia. Oh, June 8th. That's when you want to do it? All right. We'll keep our eyes on the calendar. So if you're anywhere near Columbus, New Jersey on June 8th, we'll be there. Hopefully we won't get kicked out. The only time I've ever been kicked out of a flea market is when I was with them Revive It sisters. We got kicked out. We didn't even get in. Oh, that's another. Heather can tell that if she wants to tell it. She might not want to tell it. Tell a man there are billions of stars in the sky. He'll believe you. Tell him the paint is wet and he has to touch it to be sure. Yeah, it sounds like a man. Like a man. Man, it looked like a man. You guys remember Miss Swan? I miss Miss Swan. Miss Swan, can you describe the miscreant? Oh, yeah, he looked like a man. I don't even know if you're allowed to do that anymore. I mean, no. What do you call it? I'm not insulting anybody. It was a funny comedy sketch from the 90s on TV. It was that Canadian oh, drat. You guys know who Miss Swan is. I hope I'm not going to get in trouble for that. Did I just get turned off? Because you'd never know. I think they just turned me off. Was it Second City? But anyway. What? Kids in the hall. People to relax, accents are funny. I know. It was either Mad TV or SCTV. It was one or the other. Doesn't matter. But it was there was a woman that did comedy on there, and it was Miss Swan, and she was hilarious. All right. Scientist. I can make a clone of anything. Investor. Here's $100. Double my money for me. That wasn't funny. Knock, knock. Who's there? Colleen. Colleen who? Colleen up your room. It's a mess. What dance does barbecue do? The char-char. All right, they went all downhill after the man invented velvet. I'm sorry, these went way downhill. Let's do some show and tell. You know what that is. You know the story. I do not have to tell you what that is. So I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what it is because you've been watching me for 8 years. And if you didn't know before you started watching me, you know what it is now. It's got some crud in the top of it. I got to try to get out. See the crud? And that don't need no black light. I can tell that thing glows. That's right, a cheese and cracker without its underpants. And not a big deal with the peach luster. It's out there, anchor hocking. But how often do I find the peach luster lotus bowl dessert set? I don't find these. And now that's the only one that I've got at the moment, I think. So I love these, and I would love to get a whole set of them. But here it is in the anchor hocking. I've got peach luster at home, and there's lots of. This was a big deal in the 50s. There was a lot of it, but I can't find the little dessert sets that much. That might be the third or fourth one I've bought together in my life. It's odd what you can find. I wish I could find these as often as I find that you know what bowl. I stepped on one today. Now, looky. I want me a cookie. Huh? I have many pieces. You do of the luster. Do you like it? I like it, elderly poodle. That luster stuff, I love it. The peach. The clear packing tape always makes me nervous. I haven't been. Oh, who hasn't been in the chat for a while? Oh, hi. I should be playing Camille Saint-Saëns, the Swan. La da da dee dee da dum da dum. Da 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 dee from the Carnival of the Animals. I really was way off key on that, but this is a piece of California dreaming. This is California pottery. And he's probably 50s or 60s. And look at his little head, black swan with a pink. Oh, that swan! You see that little child right there? Oh, there's two of them. I think they're twins. They came out of that car, and I didn't see the mother. The windows are tinted, but she's right there. She's got them. Anyway, so we have a black swan. Miss Swan. Miss Swan. All right, now, I've got... You're going to have to put up with this cough. I've got pollen in my throat. I think. Now, I think Karen said, where's my EAPG? I didn't send her any pictures to study. I don't know if she's still here. There you go, Karen. Have that one. Don't look like a little trophy? Aha. Now, good question. Celery or spooner? Probably a spooner and not a celery because of how short the bowl is. You wouldn't get much celery in there. You got to know the measurements because sometimes when the table sets would have, but sometimes there are tall open sugars too. So you really have to look at your measurements. We don't have to do that now. We don't have to do that now. Now you get down there. Oh, I haven't opened these yet. I can't wait to open the. Ooh, open these, and we're gonna do it right now. How many people have we got here? 104, 104. Let's crack open the bag. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, good folk. Okay. Now, at my Goodwill, if these are chipped, I can take them back. I don't know about some of back if it has a problem. I've seen very elegant, very 30s. Now I only have 4 of them, and they're not we don't have any damage on them. These are nice. There's some little tiny ones that are very common that are shorter than these. I don't think we can return chipped items. We can here. We can return and I tell my people, I'm not going to rip the bag open in the store, but when I get out to my car, if I open up this bag and 6 of these tumblers are chipped, I'm bringing them back in and they take my money back. I guess it's because I'm nice. I don't say it like that to them. I just said it with real Jersey attitude, didn't I? No, I don't say it like that. I love my Goodwill people, and they all know me. And they don't do that special for me. They'll do it for anybody. Don't you love these as a cordial from the 30s? Yeah, I don't ever get smart with sales people. You know, I play around with them a little bit. Okay, now, so we had that. Let me show you, I don't know what the lighting looks like. And this thing better not, it's getting warm. I'll let some air through. If it makes noise, it makes noise. Look at these, look! I think I've got these in 2 different sizes. In fact, I know I do, but I haven't counted them yet. You're gonna recognize Indiana glass, pineapple, and daisy, right? Do you recognize it? Well, I just told you, I recognized it. It's a pattern that I've remembered. It's one of the Depression glass. A somewhat unusual tumblers. Now watch out. This appears on the scene in the 1930s, and then they pop it out later on. I think I've got the old ones, so I'm as excited as can be. So you'll have to tell me if the wind is blowing on the mic and you can't hear me. You'll have to tell me that. Roll your window up, Scott, because it sounds like you're in a wind tunnel. So anyway, you'll notice that here's the daisy. What did I say? Daisy and sunflower? What did I just say? Pineapple, and here's your pineapple, and here's your daisy. So circular. Look how out of circle the top is. Can you tell when I turn it? It's so cattywampus at the top. It's out of round, which is actually more of an indication of the 1930s glass than the newer. Because the newer glass, the newer reproductions will have different properties, but the fact that this particular one is out of round at the top, as I said, is even more of an indication of it on the factory line, you know, and it's hot and it bangs into something and it just kind of goes out of round a little bit. So anyway, I love these. They're unusual. And again, this pattern comes on the scene in the 30s. And I'm not going to open them up, but I have 2 bags of these with 2 different sizes. There's one a little bit smaller. So, and there's wear on these. There's some roughness. I'm really excited, and I think I've got the ones that go back to the 30s. Okay, doke. Now, and it's a pattern. I kind of like that pattern. Now, in a minute, I'm going to show you. I really haven't been finding today. My eyes have been in tune, and I've been finding a few blessings to you. I've been finding a few pieces of brilliant cut, American cut, which I'm just curious. Do you have any pieces in the tea room pattern? Not at the moment. I have. Do you collect crystal, pink, or green? Seems like everybody wants the green. Tea room is an Indiana glass pattern. It's very geometric, very sought after. I buy it anytime I can find it. I've got no pieces of it at the moment. Green, yeah, I thought probably. It's an easy sell when you get it. I'll keep looking for it, but no, I haven't got any. Thank you for asking. All right, I can't get the paper off of that. And this thing might, sorry. Okay. I was gonna show you my cut glass. All right, I'll show you that in a minute. Here is a French porcelain Limoges. I know you can't see it. My thing won't let you see it. It says, oh, I can't read this. Oh, gosh, this is for somebody with younger eyes than mine. I can't read this. Porcelain Artistique FM Limoges, France. I think it says Artistique, Artistique, Artistique. Okay. You can put little things in there. If it goes blank, again, it goes blank. All right. I did get, okay, a toothpick. I know this is all seems out of order here. There's a pretty, is this cut? Yeah. So this looks like one that I had before. And then I do have some other cut glass to show you and some elegant tumblers, elegant stems, which I haven't opened up yet. Here is the pretty cut glass sugar bowl and creamer. Now these are cut, and you'll see how they sparkle. So not pressed glass. This wouldn't be sold during an EAPG sale. This will be, I'll hold on to this and sell it when I'm getting ready to sell some more American Brilliant Cut. So these are pretty. It's a matching set of sugar bowl and creamer. See, American Brilliant Cut. They're pretty ones. And then I bought this today. This is also cut, not pressed. I was trying to get all of the sticker out of it. And we've talked so many times about the cut. Yep. It should have clarity, crystal clarity. It should feel heavier than it looks. When you pick it up, you should go, oh gosh, that's heavy, yeah? And when you rub your hands on it, and be careful, I have cut myself on cut glass. It will not feel polished. It will not feel smooth as pressed glass was. There'll be sharpness to it. And the clarity of it because of the lead content. So there's a cut glass piece. It's a pretty one. So I did really well with my cut. I don't get the, you just don't find the cut as frequently as the pressed. Okay, now let's look at this. What's going on down there? Let us open these, and then we'll do the lamp. I have a Who's glass lamp. Look at these. Now this, I said, when I get these open in my car, if they're all filled with flea bites, I'm coming back. So we're gonna find out. I think I've got, baby got what? I think I have 6 stems in here. I'm being very careful getting these open. Trying to get these open. Let's see what we have. No chips there. No chips on that one. Look at this. This is elegant depression glass. And look at that pattern. See the etch? Here's one. There's one. Here's 2. No chips on the top. There's a chip on the bottom. I'm not happy. Let's keep going. There's a chip on. I'd rather there be a chip on the bottom than a chip if there are chips where you put your lips. Not good. If I only have one that has one little chip on the bottom, I'll be all right with that. Here's another one. Or if we have an odd number. What is that? That's 1, 2, 3. This one was perfect. Yeah, we have an odd number. We have 5 of them. Thank goodness this one is not chipped. There's our 4th one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Isn't this exciting? Here's the 5th one. If there are no chips on the 5th one, then we have a perfect set of 4. So we've got a perfect set of 4. And we've got one with a chip on the bottom. I like to market it as a set of 4 with an extra that has a small chip on it, but it's an extra. Very nice. All right, I'm not going to try to put those away at the moment until it's time for me to move my car. Okay, oops, this. Hello from MT. Love your shopping. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm happy about those. I'm also those tumblers. They're not tumblers, they are stems. I'm thrilled with a Who's X lamp. H-O-U, Who's X. Or Who's, H-O-U-Z-E. A German immigrant, made fascinating company in Pennsylvania. They made a lot of lamps. Like they did a lot with glass. So sometimes you'll see Who's or Who's X, and a lot of times there's paper labels on it. And it reminds people of slag glass. Once you start handling a lot of Who's X or Who's glass, you'll really start to memorize it. This is their pretty sort of clam broth with yellow through it and just a hint of pink, just a hint. And this is from the 30s. And it's got a wonderful chrome socket on the top, and we'll find a shade. People always say, what kind of shade did it have? What kind of shade did it have? Well, unlike slag glass lamps that had matching slag glass shades, quite often shades like this, you can get any shade you want. Parchment shades, silk shades, And you could just sort of like today, you could find any type of lampshade you wanted. But this would not, this is a large one, and this would not come with a glass shade. So this isn't missing a big glass shade. Some of the little ones, like what would be for a boudoir, like a bedroom dresser, they might have shades made of glass. Little dresser lamps, but a lamp this size made out of whose glass, you would see this in the magazines with a silk shade with fringe on it, or a parchment shade, sometimes with glass beads, but not always with fringe. Especially as you get into the 30s, the beads and the fringe and all that really starts to fade away. So a nice 1930s, and I can't stand it up all the way, whose glass lamp. People love the green. This is a pretty color, very pretty color as well, and I like the yellow in it. I also bought a porcelain pot, and this porcelain pot is one that you just, hi. That's one I don't get my hands on very often. This one, of course, it would have had a cream and sugar to go with it. Sometimes there'd be a whole breakfast set that would go with these porcelain pots, but this is one that's not as common. It's not rare, but it's not one that I find every day. Yes, no cream, no sugar. I don't even have the drippolator top, but we have the pitcher in excellent shape. And it's very easy to date. This Mexicali theme comes on strong in the late 30s, very popular in kitchens in the 40s, and it bleeds into the 50s a little bit. You know, there are certain motifs. Fiesta ware comes out, what year? 37, 38, something like that. And we start getting into the Southwest, just like the kissing Dutch, right? The little two kissing Dutch, big thing in kitchens, yeah. So every era seems to have a design. Think of the geese with the things tied with the scarves on in the 80s, and the smiley face and the mushroom in the 60s and the 70s. The Mexicali is big in kitchens. Okay, and as I said, you could find a percolator, you could find pancake batter and syrup batters for the breakfast table. It is marked porcelain on the bottom, and there are a lot of just porcelain collectors out there who love putting together porcelain sets. And I want to say the porcelain company was in Pennsylvania as well, wasn't it? Weren't they? We've been doing a lot of show and tell and not much here. Let's finish. We did the jokes. They were okay. The Caesar salad wasn't named after Julius Caesar, but it was created in the 1920s by Chef Cesar Cardini in Tijuana, Mexico. Originally designed as a finger food, diners would dip whole lettuce leaves into the dressing. Didn't know that. Despite popular belief, cows can walk downstairs but struggle due to their weight. Stiff necks and unfamiliarity with steep slopes. Their anatomy makes the task awkward, so they avoid it whenever possible. Who even has an interest in whether a cow can walk down steps? I'm puzzled by that, but there must be some reason. Somebody had to study it. Quotable quotes. What's happening? Trivia. What is the largest mammal in the world? That's got to be some kind of a whale. It is the blue whale. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't give you time to... Poodle, did you see that awesome ship speaker in George's last video? I instantly thought of you. Ship speaker? You don't mean the cast iron one that has a ship? Was it the one from the 20s? I didn't see the video, but I know that there were cast iron speakers made with a ship And the cone was behind it, and they were made in the 20s. Is that the one you're talking about? Is there a live sale tonight? Not on my channel. I don't do sales on Wednesday night. I only do them, well, as a rule, on Monday night. I think Tammy and David in Texas have a sale tonight, but I don't, not on Wednesday night. Thank you for asking, though. Anytime you see me on a night other than Monday, it's a special. What astronomical term comes from the Greek word milk? Oh, plastic. Oh, never mind. What astronomical? Not the Milky Way. See, the trick in there is what astronomical term comes from the Greek word for milk. But another EAPG sale is coming. Yeah, that's the last Monday in June. Isn't that what we said, Karen? The last Monday in June, I think. So the answer here is Galaxy. I don't think... who played Princess Leia in the original Star Wars movies? It's easy. Carrie Fisher. What is the national bird of India? I'm a little run down at the moment if I'm not my normal chipper self, but I'm perfectly fine. I'm just a little mellow. Maybe I slipped out and had some nutmeg when my cell phone overheated. No, I did not. Gee, do I have any nutmeg at home? Those of you who tuned in late have no idea what we're talking about. What? Huh? Sylvia Lee? What are you doing out there in the kitchen? You're not at that nutmeg again, are you? Woo! Hey, you know what? If you got nothing going on tonight, go home, slip into, something sexy, put on your Xavier Cugat records, get the nutmeg out, and see what happens. I don't know. Or go home and have what? You're laughing, so I forgot the question. You must have heard us talking about nutmeg earlier, didn't you? Okay, where are we here? I don't even know what I'm having for dinner tonight. What time is it? I think I'll go home. I think I'll have a sandwich. I don't even know where. Oh, what was the national bird of India? The national bird is the peacock. All right, Claudette. No, Christina. You're ordering. I'm ordering tonight, I think. You gonna get some nutmeg on it? Put a little nutmeg on it. Should I have some nutmeg before my next live sale? All right, enough with the nutmeg. Move on. It wasn't that funny to begin with, and now you're beating a dead horse. What novel is set on a desert planet with giant sandworms? How in the heck would I know that? Giant sandworms. I don't even know what a sandworm is. I don't think we have them. Xavier Cugat is the only... What? What? You're going to put your Xavier Cugat records on? That does it for your husband? What did you say? Hey. I'm going to get... what novel is set on a desert planet with giant sandworms? No, Dune, D-U-N-E. I never heard of it. Never heard of that. Ooh, what are we gonna get? We're not gonna get a storm. Ooh, what else was I gonna? I've shown you everything. Well, not really. But the last thing is, guess what? You can crack your nuts like it's 1896. Would you like to crack your nuts like they did it in 1896? Well, somebody is about to. Now, the little holder is shot. Anytime I see like an old box, so the box has had a better life. We're going to have a lot of condition problems with the box, but it's just pressed cardboard. This isn't a big deal, but a lot of us remember these on the table. You know your grandmother had it. It was a circular piece of wood and nuts were in it, and this sat in the middle, and the little prongs went all around the little holes, and everybody got it out at Christmas time, and everybody had one in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s. But look at this set that I've got here, way up right in here. Oh, this reminds me of being at the dentist. This right here, you can't see it. It's marked right here. And it says, I bet a lot of you don't have this one. Design, patented, January 1889. This has the patent date on it of 1889. I got some old ones. Now, I remember the set my mother had in the 1960s. They looked like that. So the design didn't change much. But how many of you have a set of them with the patent dates on them? Of 1889, and it's right up here. Did I say 89? 1889? Yeah, so I'm going to be studying the patent number, which I don't think I told you what it was. I didn't want to tell you what it was, and I'm going to look up who the designer was. Maybe we can finally give Gloria Clapsaddle for doing something. All right. That was today's front seat frivolities. And it was a little bit of a relaxed one today, I guess. Also, we had a little snafu in the middle of it. I will take all of these items home, get them washed, cleaned, studied, cataloged, inventoried, and we'll figure out whether they're going to go in the eBay store or whether they're going to come to a live sale or a drop sale or who knows what. And so, but I would like to thank everybody for dropping in and watching today and spending a couple of minutes with me here on the cell, here with this movie. Okay, until I see you the next time, thanks for watching, everyone. I appreciate it. What did you like? What didn't you like? I guess I usually say that in a video. We don't have to do that in a live. So let me put this bag back here. Let me wrap all of this back up in paper and go figure out what I'm gonna have for dinner tonight, because I'm gonna have to thaw something out. I'll see you next time, everyone. Good night for now. Maybe I'll see you later at Tammy and David's live sale. So long for now. Boop. I didn't do it. Boop.